Welcome to Top Shelf Men. I'm Reese. So today we're going to talk as to why I think that pickup artist courses are a scam and how you can develop the charisma to basically talk to any girl, greatly improving your odds of finding a girlfriend or you finding another plate to spin. So in the West, we live in a culture where everybody wants the quick fix. Everybody wants the life hack. Everybody wants the quick solution to a problem. That's why Ozempic is so popular for losing weight instead of just like, yo, fix your diet and work out once in a while. And also why about a decade ago, it was really popular to watch videos on life hacks, like how to fix your problems, how to solve something the easy way. And that's where pickup artist courses kind of became popular because it would teach you to like a guaranteed way to pick up girls and you wouldn't have to put work into it and develop the skill that is known as charisma to basically become better at talking to girls. Instead, you would be taught in these courses these secret words that would basically make you popular. It would get any girl to be with you. And anybody with common sense knows that that's bullshit. If you really think about it, right? Women are so fickle that even their preference in men changes based on their menstrual cycle. As women get closer to ovulation, they want more of the bad boy, the guy that looks like a badass, the guy that's exciting. And then once they're past their ovulation stage, they want more of the guy that's going to be gentle, the guy that's going to take care of them, the guy that's more of the beta, that's going to comfort them. Knowing that, a lot of the times, even attracting a woman is more of the luck of the draw of being in the right place at the right time. Frankly, it's about actually learning to talk to people and developing a charisma. And what do I mean by a charisma? A charisma means that people are drawn to you because you are an interesting person yourself. And this is not going to be learned in a boot camp or in a course. This is something that takes time to develop. Sometimes it could take months or even years, depending on how socially awkward you are at first and the amount of work you're willing to put into yourself. But don't worry, I'm going to give you my story as into what worked for me. So, you might be able to use some of that advice and work on yourself. But before I get into that, do me a favor and leave a like and subscribe to help this YouTube channel grow. It will help this message get out to more men, giving them actionable life advice to become top shelf men. Now back on topic. So I've spoken to a lot of men that have paid pickup artists to take their courses. There's even boot camps. And I've heard that in the boot camps, the pickup artists, they'll actually pay escorts to be at the same place at the same time as in the boot camps so that they can have their students hit on these girls and some of these girls will put out. Basically, from all the stories that I've heard from the guys that I've talked to, the pickup artists teach you very common known knowledge of like, eye contact, smiling back, girls playing with their hair. And all this stuff is very general advice, but I'm going to tell you that it doesn't really work because what matters is the delivery and the confidence that you exude when you develop charisma. Think about it this way. Think about it like that one guy that everybody knows that says, I've been with 1,000 women. And I have this move that always works on them. If you think logically, yeah, maybe the guy might be decent looking or the guy might exude a lot of confidence. But if you think about it, you're like the same move that works on 1,000 women. And no, it doesn't work that way. Like if you're hitting on a rock girl, if you're hitting on a girl that's into hip hop, if you're hitting like everybody kind of falls into an archetype. And if somebody says that there's this general rule that all these girls fall for, they're bullshitting you because that's not the way that women work. It's the same way that some guys are into Asian girls. It's the same way that some guys are into Latina girls. Some guys are chubby chasers. Some guys, everybody has a preference. So thinking about it that way, there is no secret move, no secret words that's just going to work universally across all girls and all types and all cultures and everything. It doesn't work that way. So a lot of pickup artistry and pickup artist courses depend on forcing you to hit on girls. And again, it could be a fake or controlled environment. And that's not going to work universally. But let me tell you what is going to work. And that is building your own charisma. And that is something you do have control over, but it's not a quick fix. And it's not something that you'll be able to figure out overnight and suddenly you'll be popular. This is something that's going to take time and investment. The same way that people spend time playing sports, leveling up their characters in video games, you have to level yourself up. And I'm going to teach you what worked for me that allowed me to level myself up in my charisma. Years ago, I worked in the insurance game. So I used to sell life insurance, I used to sell annuities, and I had to get good at talking to people fast. I had to develop marketing skills. Thankfully, before that, I was always somewhat popular with girls, but I was still somewhat shy in just approaching strangers and starting up conversations. So I had to develop my charisma for this reason. And that's also why they say that usually business types, marketing guys, are good with women if they're good with getting customers, because it's a similar skill set, and that is getting someone to like you quickly. So to solve my problem, I had to find a way to quickly be able to approach men, women, old people, and strike up interesting conversations with them to get them to like me. That way I could eventually pivot to my sales pitch, and if they were interested, great, and if not, oh well, we had a short, fun talk. At the time, I was actually drinking quite a bit, so what I started to do is that I started to approach strangers at bars. Usually, I had my bar friends that I would run into, and we would just start talking. But I took it upon myself to approach strangers and get on their conversations and build up my skills on getting strangers to like me in a drinking situation, which makes things a lot easier because everybody's enjoying a good buzz and everybody's there to lay off steam. So little by little, I got better, and then I started to approach more women. And as I approached more women and I got more casual with them, and they noticed my confidence, they noticed I was comfortable talking to them, I would just randomly ask them, hey, you want to hang out like one of these days? Let's, give me your phone number. From then on, I was able to develop those skills, develop my skills for being able to get to the point of a conversation that a girl would want to go out with me. I could just approach women anywhere. Then outside of bars, I could approach girls in coffee shops. I could approach girls in bookstores. Again, always appropriate places. I was never into like, oh, you hit on girls at work or hit on girls at the gym. Because, I mean, if you're there to do something, you're just getting in the way. But if you're in a place that's somewhat social, yeah, I just got really comfortable talking to them and just pivoting to, hey, you want to hang out? And it worked. But this was not something that was achieved in a weekend course or a boot camp. This is something that I developed over years of just talking to hundreds, if not thousands of people, to the point that I was able to just be comfortable, be confident, and just casually ask somebody out. Because the reality is that the majority, might say yes or no. It doesn't matter. Like, it wouldn't affect me. Because also, being in a sales job, obviously, I also got turned down a lot by potential customers. So my advice is that if you want to get good at talking to girls, eventually turning that into making a girlfriend or adding another plate to spin, then you have to find social settings where you can practice talking to people. Not particularly women, just be talking to any kind of stranger. And then as you get better, you can get over your social anxiety and start talking to more and more women. Yeah, you're going to get rejected, but that's normal. That's part of the game. You could be frickin' Brad Pitt, and I guarantee you over half the time, without the fame, but just have his attractiveness during his Fight Club era, girls will still turn you down. They're gonna think, oh, he thinks he's too hot, or oh, because he's hot, he's probably too conceited. They'll find whatever stupid reason in their mind to turn you down. Remember, men and women are different. As much as a woman can go into a room and find any guy happily willing to bang her, as a guy, we have to work for it. So what if a lot of women turn you down? It doesn't matter. As long as you keep talking to a lot of women, you're not some kind of weird closet-dwelling loser, and you keep working on yourself, you'll just keep getting better and better, and you'll find more and more girls that will like you as you level yourself up. So this has been my experience as to how I was able to get good at basically talking to anybody. And then you start to learn the little bit of cues that women lead you on with for them showing signs that they like you, and the fact that you should move forward with asking them out, and then eventually, making your moves on them and making another girlfriend or spinning another plate. So let me know what you thought about this advice below. What have your experiences been with leveling yourself up in being able to talk to women? And if you've taken a pickup artist course, what was your experience like? Let us know in the comments below. This is Reese. See you next video, guys. Peace.